In the year 79 AD, one of the most catastrophic volcanic eruptions in history occurred, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. The Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum were wiped off the face of the earth, buried under a thick layer of volcanic ash and lava. The eruption began on August 24th, accompanied by powerful emissions of ash that rose kilometers high. These columns collapsing generated pyroclastic flows, deadly avalanches of hot gas, ash and debris rushing at great speed. Thousands of people died. The cities were forgotten for centuries until in the 18th century, archaeologists unearthed them from under centuries of layers. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius was one of the first to be documented in detail. Pliny the Younger, a writer and naturalist, left us invaluable evidence in his letters describing in detail the disaster and its consequences. In Herculaneum, under a layer of ash, priceless papyri were found, known as the Herculaneum papyri. They were discovered in 1752 during excavations of the Villa of the Papyri, presumably belonging to Julius Caesar's father-in-law. The villa's library contained over 1,800 scrolls that miraculously survived thanks to the volcanic ash. The papyri were incredibly fragile, charred and flattened under the weight of volcanic deposits. Early attempts to unroll them often resulted in damage and loss of fragments. Over time, more advanced methods were developed that allowed some parts of the text to be deciphered, but the results still left much to be desired. Scientists continued to look for new approaches because these manuscripts are one of the most important finds for classical studies. Containing works that were considered lost, they give us a unique opportunity to look into the world of literature and philosophy of antiquity. And so, to everyone's amazement, in 2024, a team at the University of Kentucky, led by Professor Brent Seals, applied a unique virtual unrolling technology to decipher the Herculaneum papyri. This method is based on the use of computed tomography to scan the scrolls, which allows you to get their three-dimensional images without physical intervention. First, the scrolls are scanned using high-resolution computed tomography, which allows scientists to see the inner layers of the papyrus without damaging it. Then, using special software developed by Seals' team, these three-dimensional scans are analyzed, virtually unrolled, and converted into a flat image of the text, ready for reading and further study. The main difficulty in working with the Herculaneum papyri is that the ink and the papyrus itself are heavily charred due to the effects of volcanic ash, which makes them practically indistinguishable. Seals' team developed and applied machine learning methods to detect ink on folded layers of papyrus, which was a key point of their methodology. The deciphering of the Herculaneum papyri has led to important discoveries that have greatly expanded our knowledge of ancient literature and philosophy. A significant part of the papyri contains the works of Philodemus of Gadara, a Greek Epicurean philosopher. These texts shed light on Epicureanism and its influence on Roman culture. The deciphered fragments discuss the philosophy of pleasure, which Philodemus considered the basis of a good life. Some texts turned out to be previously unknown works by Philodemus, or works that were considered lost. This discovery enriched the treasury of classical literature available to modern researchers. The text provided valuable information about the ancient Greek language and paleography of that period, helping scientists to better understand the development of language and writing. They also allow us to look into the cultural and intellectual life of ancient Rome, learning the details of everyday life, education, and philosophical discussions. These discoveries continue to influence the study of the ancient world, providing new material for analysis. They also highlight the importance of new technologies in archaeology and history, allowing researchers to restore and study materials that previously seemed inaccessible. These innovations not only made it possible to decipher text without damaging the scrolls, but also opened a new era in the study of ancient documents, giving us invaluable knowledge about the culture and philosophy of the ancient world.